Am I really live? Cool. Hello, everybody. Oh my God, my hair is atrocious. I just washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it. Hello, everybody. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and I am running a couple of minutes late. We're about to do sacred pipe ceremony, which is part of my contribution to the No King's Day rallies and everything. So what I am actually doing is I'm going to do a ceremony now this morning, kind of, at least in my time zone, before a lot of the rallies and demonstrations get going. And then I'm going to do another one tonight at 6 o'clock my time, Pacific time, basically bookending all the festivities, basically creating the whole day as a ceremony so that everything that happens today is part of sacred work, is done from a sacred place. Um, and that is part of my contribution in holding space for everybody who's out protesting. And actually, I don't like using the term protest. Oh, raccoon tracks. Cool. So I just got here to my little spot on the river. This is where we are. I'm hoping that Grandfather Eagle will come and join us. He always comes along, sits on that tree. This is where we are. It's a lot sandier at the moment. Hi, Lasati. Welcome. Hi, Michael. We've had floods and rains, and so what normally is usually green and grassy and a lot of blackberries and stuff has been washed down by the rain. I am here in Renton, Washington, south of Seattle, and I apologize for getting started late. I am just getting set up here, and I'll be able to actually explain better what I am doing. All right. Oofta. All right. Hello, everybody. Again, welcome. Welcome to a sacred pipe ceremony. Let's see, how am I going to do this? I need to make myself a handy dandy phone holder. Awesome. All right. There we go. Now I can have both hands free. I can talk to you. If you don't know me, I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. We're going to do pipe ceremony. You may know it as the peace pipe, which is why it is so pertinent still. Um, so the story goes, as I'm setting up my altar here, I'll tell you the story of the sacred pipe that 19 generations ago, all the bands of the Lakota tribe had come together in the area we now call South Dakota, Wyoming, etc. Well, thanks, Lasati. And it was a time of drought. It was a time of hunger. Game was very scarce. Um, all the bands had come together to help survive. At the same time, it was a time of a lot of unrest and bickering because everyone was hungry, everyone was hangry. Um, and it said that the people had forgotten connection to Mother Earth, and that is why they were having such trouble. That's why the game was so scarce. And so one day, the chief called his two best scouts and he told them to go out and to find game. He's like, do not come back until you find where the buffalo are, until you find game, until you can find the food for us to eat. And so they went out together. Um, I think they were gone for like 3 days. No game, no sign of anything. And finally, on the third day, they looked across the plain and they saw a white buffalo coming toward them, a white buffalo calf. And they were like, that's something. And then as the calf got closer, the white buffalo calf transformed into this beautiful woman wearing a pure white buckskin fringed dress with beading, everything. Had long raven hair, feathers in her hair, and the first scout saw her and is like, "Oh my God, she is so beautiful. I want her for my wife." And his first thoughts were of conquest and ownership and taking her. Well, the second scout saw her, and by the way that she just kind of skimmed across the prairie, he could tell that she was a spirit woman, that she was a spirit being, and she was holy and sacred. Um, so as she approached them, she looked at the first scout and kind of waved him to her. And he's like, "This is my chance." He came up to her, and as he got up close to her, they were both engulfed in this whirlwind of dirt and dust and smoke. And it lasted for a minute or two, and then it dispersed. And once that cloud dispersed, all that was left there was the woman. And at her feet were the bones of the first scout, as though they had been there for years, sun bleached. And so then she turned to the second scout and waved him to her, and he came with head bowed, with honor. And she said, "You have a pure heart. You know, you can please carry this message for me." And she sent the scout back to the chief to say to prepare to let him know that she was coming and to have him prepare a place for her. And so his scout ran back, told the chief exactly what had happened, and the chief, recognizing the importance of it, had everybody strike the camp. They took down all the separate teepees and lodges, and they put them all together in one giant lodge that could hold the entire tribe. And they waited. And finally, I think 3 days later, 3 days is always in the stories, right? Um, sh- all of a sudden, White Buffalo Calf Woman shows up at the door of the tent, at the door of the lodge. with this bundle, this medicine bundle wrapped in buckskin. And so she entered the lodge and she walked around the perimeter of the lodge 7 times before stopping in front of the chief, presenting him with this bundle. And when the chief unfolded this bundle, there in the bundle was the very first chanupa, sacred pipe, or what we've come to call the peace pipe. And it had 12 eagle feathers hanging from it. It had the shape of a buffalo on the bowl. And she taught them how to smoke pipe in a sacred manner, telling them how the stem of the pipe is the divine masculine, the bowl of the pipe is the divine feminine. And when you put the two together, it's all of creation. It's like holding the cosmos in our hands. This is church. This was church to the Lakota people who at the time were nomadic. And so they could carry church with them. They didn't go to church, they brought church with them. Um, and so the pipe became the most sacred medicine object to the Lakota people. And White Buffalo Cattlemen stayed for a time, teaching them how to smoke in a sacred manner and gave them a total of 7 ceremonies, all of which revolve around the pipe. Um, and then one day it was time for her to leave, and so she got up, walked out the lodge, and as she walked away, at one point, she sat on the ground, kind of rolled over, and she turned into a black buffalo. And she walked a little bit further, laid down on the ground, rolled over, and became a red buffalo. And she walked a little bit further, rolled over, and became a yellow buffalo. And then she walked a little bit further, rolled over, and became a white buffalo before she disappeared beyond the horizon. And so those are the 4 colors of the medicine wheel. If you know what that looks like, it's like a sacred hoop with a cross or X, and it's got those 4 colors: black, red, yellow, and white. And besides other meanings, one of the meanings of those colors are all 4 races of humans. And after she left, game became plentiful. The drought was ended. Hi, Thomas. Let me introduce you to my little friend. This is Thomas. I forgot to bring some food, Thomas. I'm so sorry. I will bring some this evening, okay? He comes every springtime. But so the whole story of the pipe, the whole point of the pipe is and feminine, dark, light, hard, soft, right? Um, and so the point of the pipe is to unite, and that's why I have this braid on my pipe with all 4 of those colors, because it's about unifying all the tribes of humans as one family, one tribe. And there are a lot of people. I personally am not indigenous. Um, my heritage is Irish, Tick mostly, but as a shaman living in this land, honoring the ancestors of the land, um, this has been big part of my own path. Being called to be a pipe carrier, and it is such a privilege and an honor. And I love being able to share the sacredness of this simple, ancient ceremony. And, you know, when we smoke the pipe, like we found out during the pandemic, right? Air is our most intimate element. Air is what is the first element we greet when we are born, when we take our first breath. Air is the last element we release when we leave this world, right? When we take our last breath. And breath is what connects us. We breathe each other's air. And when we're smoking the pipe, if you picture sitting in a lodge in a teepee, smoking together, praying together, we breathe, we draw in the smoke into our mouths. We don't inhale it because the smoke is for the benefit of the spirits. So we draw it into our mouths and then we blow it out in a blessing, and we put our prayers into that smoke, and our prayers are carried by the smoke to Great Spirit. And when we're smoking together, we are literally breathing each other's prayers. We are becoming each other's prayers. We are living, breathing prayers, which is why it is so pertinent today. Some similar circumstances happening today with division and conflict over resources and um, just a lot of people and infighting and divisiveness between people. And so we smoke the pipe with prayers of uniting, of recognizing. It's not to create something that doesn't exist, it's to recognize the bond that is already there, the connection that is already there between all of humanity, all the races of humans, as well as all of our relations, right? All the spirits, all the trees, the stones, the waters, the birds, the animals. It's only from that place of unification that we can move out forward with power and healing in order to transform the earth into one that nurtures us in a beautiful reciprocity. As we heal, the earth heals. As the earth heals, we heal. There's no separation. So that's a little bit about the pipe and why we smoke it and why it's pertinent. Um, as I said earlier, I'm going to do a pipe ceremony right now, this morning, before a lot of rallies and demonstrations get started, as a way to kind of bookend today's activities and to turn the entire day into a ceremony, because then I'm going to do another ceremony at the end of the day, kind of creating this bookend where everything between this morning ceremony and this evening ceremony, becomes sacred work, becomes inspired work, becomes aligned work, holding the vision of wholeness of each individual and individually and collectively, living together in wholeness and respect and honor and love, to see to the needs of every person, see the value in every single person. So the first thing I'm going to do is drum and call in our sacred space to create the energetic container within which we can do our alchemy, our transformation, calling in the spirits and the elements to hold a space around us, surround us, envelop us in a container of higher vibrational energy and love, so that we can let go of our own armor and our own resistance and open up, kind of drop into our essential selves, our true selves, where we can become more powerful in the changes and transformations of the day, right? And the higher vibration we can become individually, the more higher vibration is available to everyone. Like if you're the highest vibration in a room, everybody everybody's energy in that room is going to rise to try to meet yours. And so we do ceremony to align ourselves, to remember who we are so that we can emit our highest possible vibration, which resonates out and calls that resonance out of the heart of everyone we meet. So, anyway, here we go. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Ah, all right. So, to give you an idea of what this is going to look like, so you can kind of follow along, because part of it's out loud, part of it is silent. But at least then you can feel a part of it, even if I'm not saying anything. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to light some sage, and I'm going to smudge myself. I'm going to send some smudge your way, and then I'm going to smudge everything on my altar here. Um, then I'm going to raise my pipe and say a prayer asking permission to smoke in this place at this time. And assuming that the answer is yes, I will put my pipe together, and then I will take 4 pinches of tobacco out of my pouch, and I will fill my pipe. That part I do out loud. So you'll hear the prayers I say as I'm offering that tobacco around, putting it in my pipe. And then once my pipe is filled, I have a song. White Buffalo Cowwoman, who I was talking about earlier, has been one of my mainstay spirit guides for somewhere between 15 and 20 years, since my very first vision quest. And which is why I became a pipe carrier under her influence. But she taught me a song to sing before every ceremony that I facilitate. So once my pipe is filled, I will sing that song. Then I will light the pipe. And what you'll see me do is take a big puff of smoke, and then I will aim my pipe at the various directions, blowing a smoke prayer, smoke blessing to each direction, then to Father Sky, to Mother Earth, and then in a circle for all our relations, and then straight up to Creator. And I'm going to pause for a silent prayer with the stem to my forehead, the bowl of my heart. Like I said, divine masculine, right? Mind, divine feminine, heart. Then I'll come back, relight my pipe. And at that point, the first thing I'm going to do, take a great big puff of smoke, and I'm going to blow it straight at my camera. And so that's a blessing, a prayer, a smoke prayer for you, that um, from my heart, through the power, the medicine of the tobacco smoke coming through my device, and by the magic of the internet and the holographic universe coming out whatever device you're watching this on to your heart. And that's where you want to say your biggest, bestest prayers, set intentions, maybe for today's intentions to hold the vision. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine a world of everyone living with their needs met, everyone living to the fullest of their abilities with no need, no power struggles because everyone's needs are met. There's no power struggle if everyone is whole in themselves and have all their needs met. So, and remember, call in our the forefathers of this country and their best intentions of what a democracy looks like, of what it means, equal rights, all people created equal, right? And to the ancestors of this land before our founders, who lived in harmony and peace with all our relations, the animals, the trees, the stones, the waters, the sky. And we call in wisdom and power of Athena, goddess of justice, goddess of democracy, to hold our country in her owl eyed gaze, to inspire us, to step through us, to all of these spirits, all of our guides, all of our ancestors, be the voices and the hands and the eyes of our ancestors to live in a world that they had dreamed of. We are the people we've been waiting for to create the world that has been the dream of every generation since the beginning of time, recorded time anyway. Um, so then I will continue to blow some smoke blessings for the country, for the world, for the oppressors, for the victims, the oppressed. Um, and when we pray for oppressors, we don't pray for harm. We don't pray for revenge or comeuppance. At least I don't. I pray for the awakening of those who act out of fear, who act out of power and control, which is fear. Um, for an opening, for an awakening, for an awareness to see what is actually happening, what is actually true, or for justice to be done in the most harmonious way, that the strength of the many come together to heal the world. And this isn't just an overnight thing either. This is generational. This is long term. Like, so, um, anyway, so when I'm done smoking and sending prayers out, it feels complete. I will raise my pipe again. I will um, say another prayer, and that last prayer comes in the form of light language, where I just kind of open up and I let the words out. You won't recognize it. It won't be any intelligible language that you'll know. It's similar to speaking in tongues, and it's light language. It's the energy coming through. It's the light coming through. It's the frequency and the resonance. So don't listen with your ears trying to make sense of the syllables and the sounds. Listen with your heart. Feel feel the truth and the beauty that is coming through. And after that prayer, I have a final song that I sing, and then I will take the pipe together. And then we will go our separate ways for the day, and then I will meet you back here at 6 o'clock this evening to do another ceremony to complete this ceremonial day of freedom, of liberation, of wholeness, of joy. Okay? All right. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with earth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Ah. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Magikiwas, and Wabus. There is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers. All our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors. May all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo calf woman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we send another voice. Nanambahay na nahuhutay. Kitatanaha hutapanay. Nalay hu, winamakatutay hu. Pamaha katatatay. Nanalahawu, wala bay, mo. Kikitanaha. Papahay. Nanalahawu, katapapay. Tanaha, nahawu, papapana magaday. Kikahayan mo. Tamahala pahay. Nanahalahu. Kuhu katapapay. Nanahala katabay. Namahu papay. Tabaha katabaho. Namalaha katatabay. Namahu wahu katabay. Tamaha katabay. Takamaha katabay. Ihi la ihi ho. Ihi la ihi ho. Ihi la ihi ho. Ihi, ihi, ihi la ihi ho. Ihi la ihi ho. Ihi la ihi ho. Wow. Oofed. I'm from Minnesota, so I get oofdas sprinkled in with all the ahos and so be it's and stuff like that. But so that is a sacred pipe ceremony. Um, so go forth through this day in whatever capacity, even if all you're doing is sitting, holding space, holding the vision of a beautiful world, recognizing and honoring all peoples individually and collectively, or if you're marching or singing or whatever else you're doing, moving toward peace, toward rights, toward love, toward togetherness, toward wholeness. Thank you. And remember, be open to your ancestors, open to those who've come before us. Realize that you are the fulfillment of the dreams of your ancestors, that we are now in the process of creating the world that every generation has dreamt of. And also, don't forget to reach forward in time to our descendants, the ones who we will pass this world on to. When we connect to our descendants, we can anchor into their reality beyond all the struggles, beyond all of the conflicts, to the world that we dream of. We connect to the descendants in the world that we dream of, that they can take our hand and draw us forward into that beautiful new day. I've never done this in the morning. It's really cool. I got the sunshine on my shoulder, makes me happy. Anyway, I am not going to close this ceremonial space. Normally I would drum and close the space, but I will leave it open so that everything between this ceremony and the ceremony I do this evening at 6 Pacific time is ceremony. Bring the presence of divine love, the presence of hope, the presence of joy into every moment. And then tonight, at the end of the ceremony, I will close that space. So thank you again so much for joining me. Join me again at 6 o'clock right here on my YouTube channel. Wow, I just washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it. It's crazy. Um, but have a wonderful day. There, let me, that way you can see me better um, without the sun blocking me. Um, thank you for who you are. Thank you for what you do. We're all in this together. And all our dreams can come true. We are one. We are together. One family, one earth, one heart. So I will see you later. Thank you for joining me. Until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, that I honor you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here around 6. All right. Bye now.